Check. All right. Let's let some people trickle in here first till I see a message. Well, I don't know if Prime shared the link yet. All right. All right. 815 is here. Bean is here. How do we sound, guys? Raider, if you could just talk, please. Make sure we're good.
I believe we sound good.
All right. Perfect. Give us a thumbs up on the audio, guys. It's always important to make sure that that's correct. Perfect. We got it. Sounds good. As we head into Super Bowl 76, giving them the green light to go ahead and send here. Well, this is maybe, I'm not a conspiracy guy, but this is one of those games where if you are a conspiracy guy, this is like the ultimate script of the SML, right? I mean, you have the 19-0 Lions going for perfection, and Prime is playing his favorite team, the team he's won all the Simbardis with, and KP and the Colts. What are your thoughts on this one, Raider?
This is a battle of two stories, really. You have Prime, who's been dominant all year. He's undefeated and looking to be the first 20-0 player ever. And then you have KP, who had been up and down throughout the cycle, but he's really caught fire here in the playoffs and is probably playing the best football I've ever seen. And so you got the hot player versus the most consistent player going in a matchup here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Yeah, so we're about ready to kick off here. Who do you think is going to win this game, and what's the score going to be?
Yeah, I think it is going to be Prime that wins, but it'll be a close game. I think it probably would be something like 24-14, but I won't put it past KP. He's played some really great football. He beat Dan last night in a crazy game where Dan had a unfortunate lateral that ended up costing him before the half, but I do think Prime just will wear him down, and Jahmyr Gibbs is just that next level player that changes everything.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think Prime wins. I mean, it's just hard to bet against him in a Super Bowl, but he said that he didn't want Straw to make the Super Bowl. He said that when he was commentating Straw's game, I believe. I don't think he wanted KP. I don't think he's going to say it, but KP, he doesn't do anything flashy. He just wins. And right to Jonathan Taylor as he gets a nice run up the left-hand side there for a first down and a gain of 10.
Yeah, and KP is a nice guy, and he won't admit this, but this game's actually pretty personal for him. Prime has joked about him just not living up to the Colts mantra all cycle since he selected him, and basically saying, how could you not do better with them? And so KP, I think, really wants to win this Super Bowl with the Colts.
That's a good point. He did say it was a top 15 team. He got some heat when he didn't do very well last season, and he's got a chance to prove himself as Taylor this time not as successful, straight up the middle, gain of 1.
Yeah, two of the best running backs in the SML going at it right here. Jahmyr Gibbs is amazing, but Jonathan Taylor's no slouch either. And KP has shown very good balance here in the playoffs. Cam Jowers, his quarterback, is pretty dang good in his own right.
Yeah, he's a rookie, but he's already got him superstar and like 80-something, 86 overall or something. You wouldn't think he was a rookie if you just saw Neon. He's in the shotgun. Another run to Jonathan Taylor. This time it's to the left side again. He must like that left side, maybe behind Big Q, but it's a short gain, 3rd and 8.
Yeah, short gain there, and KP starting off pretty conservative, but he's made some very big-time throws throughout these playoffs down the field, where sometimes balls can float or it's very dangerous. So KP 3rd and 8. I would not be surprised if he find a ways to pick this up here.
Yeah, and this is why I don't think KP is somebody that Prime wanted to face. 2 runs for 1 yard each. I don't think KP cares. He's okay with that. As he's in the shotgun here, he's got trips to the right. Probably be saying the word trips a lot. And he throws a quick check down to Jonathan Taylor. It's been the Jonathan Taylor show, but what a tackle by the corner there. And he's short, 4th and 2. He has to punt.
Yeah, and I thought he had an outside chance of getting that first down, but a juke move into the defender cost him. Early punt here for KP, and he's already on the ropes because we'll see Prime's offense in a second. It's electric.
What do you think about the quick check down there? Was that the only thing open? Is he afraid of Prime's pass rush, which seems to be the only pass rush that exists this cycle? Why did he check it down so quick?
think that's because it's kind of a money play, to be honest. When you have that running back that just goes right across the quarterback there in the formation, he probably thought it would clear it out enough, and I think that was his intent all along.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I seemed a little quick for KP, but here we are. It's Prime's turn under center, Jahmyr Gibbs. And so far, outside of one run, the run defenses have been good. That's a loss of one.
Yeah, and for KP to win this game, he's going to have to make Prime throw. Prime has just been eating people up on the ground all season. Jahmyr Gibbs, with the latest updates, is just insane. He could cut a 90 degrees on a dime, and so he's got to contain him. Otherwise, it's going to be a long day for KP.
Prime here in the shotgun. He's got Gibbs to the left, trips to the right. He's got a drag to, actually he hits Gibbs on the little out route there, and gosh, he's so fast. I didn't think that was going to go anywhere, and all of a sudden he's 3rd and 3.
Yeah, Jahmyr Gibbs is just an insane running back, 95 speed. We could talk about it all day. Short 3rd and 3 here, and Prime, this is where he makes his money, these short third downs.
And yeah, here's Prime. This would normally be where there's a zig route, but the crybabies in the league and Primer complained about his zig routes against Damon. So I don't know if we'll see very many, but he's got the guy behind the cover too, and he hits him. And it's a nice catch by Tesla. Big first down. Great patience by Prime.
Prime ran that play yesterday too. That's the drive play to Tesla. He ran that play against Soda as well and got just as open. Very tough play to stop, especially when you're worrying about Gibbs in the backfield.
That wasn't cover 2. That's why I'm not playing in this game. But sure, look, it must have been just a flat route, a hard flat there. As Milton in the pistol makes a check here to the right-hand side. That's Tesla over there. He's going to make a quick read to the drag at St. Brown. Nobody even near him. He's going to pick up another 13 yards.
Yeah, and that's what Prime does with St. Brown. He doesn't go really deep with them that often. He just runs those little check downs there and gets yards. And St. Brown just gets open routinely across the middle. He's just a tough guy to stop. And then when he he'll pepper you underneath, and then all of a sudden will hit you with a deep shot. Sometime in this game, he's going to go to Jameson Williams.
Yeah, that's the hard part. You got to cover the short stuff, but Williams can beat you over the top on any play here. And 3 down lineman here. He's going to run the ball with Gibbs. A great user by KP on the safety there. Short 2-yard gain.
Yeah, that was a very good user actually by KP. That could have been one where Prime could have ran around and maybe housed that. So that's the type of play you're going to have to make. You're going to have to user those one-on-ones against Gibbs, and you're going to have to make the play. Otherwise, it could be a house call.
Yeah, and if you're new to Madden, up in the upper right there, it says that he called a play-action boot pass. So he even thought that was this nice-looking run look and checked out of the pass. But great job by KP. 2nd and 8 here. Milton in the shotgun. He's going to hand it off to Gibbs again. And for some reason, Gibbs lights up as soon as he gets the ball. Maybe you can talk about why that is. I don't understand that.
Yeah, it's just one of the many abilities. I know Genti has that too. And so depending on the ability you have, I don't know off the top of my hand, but yeah, it's going to activate for Gibbs. And so, yeah, as soon as he gets the ball and makes a cut, do something like that, that ability might activate for him. But a big 3rd and 7 here, Matt, and this is the first challenge that Prime has seen on offense.
Absolutely. As KP did a stunt there, I have not done a stunt in Madden 26 before, but again, probably why I'm not here. Nice. Oh, there's the zig route to Amon-Ra St. Brown. He can't get around the edge, and somebody's hurt. Is that Buckner? It is DeForest Buckner grabbing his right arm.
Yeah, and that'd be a big for him to stop the run. And I guess the question here is, I play hypotheticals on these streams, Matt. Does Prime kick it? Does he go for it? Looks like he goes for it. Does he take a look? Yeah, do you think he's just going to take a look, or he'll snap this ball?
He's going to take a look, but unless he absolutely hates it, he's going to snap this ball. I don't think KP's first drive scared him at all. I think if KP maybe put up a little bit of fight on offense, he wouldn't. But 3 down lineman, oh, man. You got to run this ball, right, Alex?
Yeah, and
he does. Wow, it wasn't as easy. Oh, my God. Jahmyr Gibbs breaks the tackle. Geez, he looked like Jonathan Taylor there, not Jahmyr Gibbs. Trucking that guy, big first down, and Buckner will return here in a little bit.
Yeah, he's got to have Buckner back, allowing just runs up the middle there, and Buckner has to be in this game, and no matter what the injury cost is, it's the Super Bowl, you just plug him back in at this point, because that's probably KP's most important player in this game.
Yeah, I agree. There is no tomorrow. You just put him back out there, give him a painkiller shot there, and push him back out there. As Milton under center hands it off to Gibbs, who again tough run defense. Even that last play, even though he got the first down, he had to really fight for it, and there's no gain here.
Yeah, KP's just crashing that line in fact, it looks like he blitzed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people in there, and so he is not going to let Prime run. And that's just you got to pick your poison with Prime here. He's got to try to hold him to a field goal.
Yeah, I am curious. That aggressiveness by the user on KP, is Prime going to put that in the back pocket maybe? But for now, he's in the shotgun, makes a check to the left. He's got the drag to Laporta there. He hits him. He gets up, and I think he gets the first down. He does. We'll have first and goal at the 5.
He's got so many weapons underneath there that could just get open on the little outs, the little drags, little curls, doing all that. And they're just getting wide open there. Another superstar player there for Prime. First and goal at the 5. He's got a good look here at punching it in.
Yeah, this is frustrating. KP's had the ball once. He's actually played good defense, but he finds himself on his own 5 with 30 seconds left in the half. That's just that, or excuse me, in the quarter. That's just what happens when you play Prime. Milton in the pistol, Gibbs behind him. He motions Amon-Ra to the left. There's Buckner, but maybe with that arm, he's just a little bit slow. Couldn't reach out and make the tackle. Touchdown, Lions.
Yeah. And that's the power of Gibbs right there. DeForest Buckner, his ability does activate there on that run. Does not matter. Prime could just swerve to the left, cut up field, and get an easy touchdown. That is the problem that, well, the whole league has faced this pretty much whole cycle.
Absolutely. Now we wait for a kickoff here. Let's go ahead and do a chat check. We got 815. We've got Double Rice No Bean. Grim is here. Steel Curtain's here. Slice is here. Dump is here. Good to see Dump in the chat. We've got Tom is here. Fig. Geez, the whole crew. Soda. Not Nice. Gutta, who even announces his appearance. Yeah, we got a lot of guys here. There's, I thought I saw NYT. Nope. I think I got everybody. So we got a full house here. I'm sure we got more lurkers than we do chatters. As 30 seconds left in the first quarter, the 19-0 Lions up 7-0 on the Colts. We've got Jowers in the trips here, out of the pistol. He throws a really quick read to Adonai Mitchell here, who breaks a tackle and then pays the price. 2nd and 5.
Yeah, and I think the game plan here for KP is, I think we were both noticing it, quick passes. He's not allowing Prime to have that pass rush activate. But to be honest, that's a little bit different than what KP's done to get here to the Super Bowl.
Absolutely. There's NYT. He is in chat using his favorite emoji. As Jowers under the center, looks like he's going to do another pass. This time it's a play action. He's got the in route. Prime can't get back to it. Really nice read to Alec Pierce. And he's up to the 45-yard line to bring it into the first quarter.
Fantastic throw and read there across the middle. And that's where KP, that's where if he's going to win this game, he's going to be making those medium throws between 10 and 15 yards. That's where he gets guys open and he usually hits them. So that's a good play for KP here. And honestly, he needs a touchdown on this drive to have any chance of keeping in it.
Wow, you do think he's going to have to score a touchdown here, huh?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see if he's, I'm sure he's of similar mindset. He's got trips again to the right. Taylor flanks Jowers to the left. Prime run. Oh, maybe he couldn't snap it. We'll see if he declines. Okay. Oh, he called the Hail Mary. That's what he did. Little sportsmanship here.
You know, you get it. You get it here in the SML from time to time. Good sportsmanship here in the Super Bowl. And first and 10 still for KP.
Yeah, nice to see that. You wouldn't see that out of guys like Gutta and stuff. They would take advantage of those penalties. So now it's trips to the left, Taylor to the right. It's not a lot looking open, but he was very patient. And that finds Adonai Mitchell up the middle, tackled immediately, but a big play by the Colts. 1st and 10 at the 17.
Master manipulation right there. He gets the guy across the middle on the little in route, brings Prime's user in to then hit the streak route all along. That's manipulative right there. Cialdini, I'll call it there. Very persuasive. Great job there by KP.
Hey, easy on the big words. We got a lot of different kind of people watching this show, but what a play as he checks out of the run to the right, makes it a run to the left, but that block is just immediately shed for a 1-yard loss.
Yeah, 1 yard loss there. Good stop there for Prime, but I'm still just in awe of what KP's been able to do through the medium game this whole playoffs. He's going to have to continue to manipulate the defenders to have a chance here at this game. Needs a touchdown.
Well, this will be a little funky looking play. Looks like Taylor's going to go in motion, and then I don't know what's going to happen. It's not a play action, and he's got Taylor immediately with another quick read. Taylor gets to the corner, makes a stiff arm, but can't quite get to the first. 3rd and 2.
It's a really good, solid play and a good way to get a 3rd and 2 here. So now KP's in range. He could run it, he could throw it, and still go for it on 4th down, no problem.
Yeah. He's playing prime, but I'm used to watching the Colts. This is a rundown because you're going to go for it. And that's what he looks like he's going to do. He's going to run again to the left behind Big Q. And he does. And Taylor somehow squeaks through for a touchdown. Oh, my goodness.
I don't know what I just saw there. He was dead in the water, and then he kind of warped into the end zone pretty much. That was one of the walkiest plays you'll ever see in a Super Bowl, and that probably just sums up the state of Madden there because Prime had him dead to the rights, and he just teleported.
Yeah, that's a good point. I thought he was definitely lost, and then all of a sudden, like you say, it looks like he just got a speed boost or a teleportation forward. Very frustrating. This game does seem to have some weird stuff with the run game, but we're all playing the same game, and we're tied up at 7 here. If you're just tuning in, but that was KP's second possession of the game. This is Prime, so we'll see what Prime can do to answer here.
See what KP can do to potentially get any type of stop. Even holding him to a field goal would be massive in this game.
Yeah, Grim says the same thing. Can KP get a stop? Needs one, obviously, for the score, but for the confidence. It's play action. He's looking for the home run. I think he had it. He did not see it, and instead he throws it away. I think he had the slot for a touchdown.
And I think Prime, I don't know if anyone's ever called him out for a modded controller there, but I think Milton literally did like a skip throwaway pass. I don't know how to get that animation, but if someone could tell me, that would be great. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, and I didn't get grounding either. I feel like whenever I do that, I get called for grounding. So, hey, he's the GOAT. He's the GOAT for a reason. KP manning up the corner on the left side on Gibbs, and he's going to user Jamison Williams, I guess. Interesting. This is next level. As Milton drops back to pass, he's got Gibbs wide open. The corner cannot get there fast enough. I don't know what KP was thinking there, and he gets hit out of bounds. Big gain, though, across midfield.
When you give that look, and I know in the previous play screen it says cover 6, but that was that cover 2-man kind of look where you pressed man-to-man on the line, and then you have the safety over the top, and then he uses that. Prime knows that goes with the dump off. Easy play there for Prime.
Why did KP man up that outside corner on Gibbs and then user the safety? Was he trying to trick him, or I don't understand that.
Yeah, I think he was trying to bait him into something there. But knowing too that Williams is a guy he has to contain. So potentially in that defense that he was in, maybe he lined it up and said, oh no, Prime is going to be looking to go to Jamison. I have to user that. And Prime smartly goes away from that.
Yeah, Grim, Dan, not nice, say swing pass. But if you've played Prime, man, I'm going to tell you right now, the swing pass is not what I would be thinking. So I think KP overthought things there. That's not what Prime does. As Gibbs up the middle, 3rd and 4, 3rd and manageable. He's in field goal range. He was probably in field goal range 30 yards ago. But world is his oyster now, Alex.
Yeah, world is his oyster, and going back to the swing pass. When you play Prime, you got to stop Jamison Williams. You can't let him get that deep shot. So I don't know why you'd think swing there. If Jamison has a look, you got to stop it. My opinion.
Nah, whenever I play Prime, Gibbs always going to go run a route the opposite of where he's lined up. Oh, and he throw a little outstretch there, and Tesla can't come up with it, and Buckner can't catch a break unless it's his arm. He's out again.
Yeah, Prime tried to get really cute with that throw. He tried to do a little lob pass across the middle. It just seemed a little out of sync there, but enough for KP to get the stop and force the field goal. Great stuff by KP, and now I think this is a ball game, Matt.
Yeah, absolutely. Holding Prime to 3, especially with this offense, I do agree that's a win. Tom says Buckner done for the game, but he does not have a medical license, clearly. Buckner will return, but it did say risk of injury is high. So we'll see how that plays out. As Gold takes the kickoff in the corner, and what are your thoughts on that, Raider? He gained 3 yards, but he could have taken a big hit there.
Yeah, no, I'm team return it, especially if you guess the right way and direction of the kick. So basically the kicking game now is basically a game of chance. Whatever you basically want to guess the direction that your opponent kicks it in, and if you guess right, you'll get a big return. He guessed wrong there, but I would still return it.
KP coming out in the empty, a little bit of a surprise, but he drops back. He's got the drag and a terrible angle by number 7, let's be honest. Takes a big shoulder check, but also a big gain up to the 43.
KP's seeing the field really well right now, and he's seeing guys wide open. He's calling the right plays, getting drag routes on a cover three there. Nice job there by KP, and he's got a chance here to get points before half.
Man, that's so disappointing. That all that trailing defender had to do is just run and cut him off. Instead, he runs right by him and doesn't even make an attempt to get a tackle. And we got a play action here. He's got the tight end. Oh, but the pressure would just got there. And maybe a blessing in disguise for KP there. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, that's the first time we've seen really any pass rush this game here deep into the second quarter. And pass rush was actually where Prime has been amazing compared to others in the league. And I know he harassed it his first couple games with his pass rush there. First time we've seen it. Let's see if it continues.
Under center for he started out so run heavy and really has just gone to the pass since then. Jowers in the single back ace. He got the curl right. He goes over the middle to Warren, who takes a big hit. The Lions are hitting, but the Colts are catching. So up to the 35.
Like I said, he is seeing the field really well. My eyes, when I was watching this, just being that third-person viewer, oh, he's got the little curl route. He's going to go to that with that tight end option. But no, KP's going to that second read and going across the middle for a big gain.
Yeah, I saw the curl as well, and he may have found something over the middle here. That's after the Adonai Mitchell and that one. He's big play on Prime's defense in the middle, which is where the cover two is vulnerable. This time it's Jonathan Taylor who decides to juke back into the defender to get himself tackled. 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6, and clock here is key. KP's got to burn enough clock so where Prime doesn't get the ball back with enough time to score. And Prime is thinking here, if I could just get the ball back with a minute, I'm in good shape.
Yeah, Goda says pressure on PAs is insane this cycle. If there's anyone I trust about that, it's him. It's a pick! Oh, he threw it right to the user. That's Dressler, and he can't get outside, but a big turn of events as the Lions get the interception.
Yeah, and I thought KP, he probably thought he could get the ball over that user there, but Prime was all over it, and potentially the user didn't do exactly what he thought he was going to do, maybe run a little bit more out, but a big mistake there. Now Prime is in business before half.
KP had been playing so well, making every right read, and this time he throws it right to the user. And Prime here, I think this is probably halfback blast, and he gets blasted. Gain of nothing. One's going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
KP, if he wants to win this Super Bowl, he's got to get a stop here. If he can hold Prime to 3 and out, he's going to be okay. But even a field goal here could be entirely costly because Prime's getting the ball back to start the second half.
Yeah, Grim pulls that out. He says he gets a little dramatic. This might be the ball game because he's eating ball at half. I'm not ready to go that far, but a huge turn of events because of that fact. This is Chargers cross. He's got the cross. It's Amon-Ra St. Brown. One block by Tesla. He's at the 20. He's going to juke, then to the 10, to the 5. No one's going to catch him. It's a touchdown, Lions.
Not the end of the world. First of all, great play there by Prime to get Amon-Ra St. Brown wide open, and then he jukes and mooks and does everything he does to get the touchdown. Not the end of the world, though, for KP because he scored so fast. KP could get the answer here, be down 17-14, and at the end of the day, that's not the worst. But KP's got to get to business here and get in the end zone.
Yeah, Dan said the same thing. Best case for KP. I do agree, but what I'm more worried about is KP wasn't ready for that play. You can't give up that staple, that prime staple. He had no answer for it. He should have known it was coming. I'm worried about that. As Gold's going to return this one, he's at the 20. Oh, he's got a little bit of a hole here. If he can get one guy, and he hits his own blocker, and he's at the 40, he's at the 45, the 50, and no one's going to catch Gold. He's at the 30, the 25, the 20, the 15, 10, 5, touchdown.
That was insane. Gold gets stuck in the defender. He goes all the way across the field, and that is helping the naysayers potentially. Why do you return kicks? That's why you do it. There is a method to the madness. It is a skill to return kicks this year, and Gold brings it in the end zone. 17-14. Now we're kind of back where we were before Prime scored the touchdown, but I would say that's actually not bad for Prime either because he's got tons of time to score.
Yeah, I was going to ask the chat the question: Did KP just nullify the break he got? And Dan answered it. He said He actually said go down, and then he said best case for Prime. Yeah, we're kind of right back where we started 2 seconds ago.
Yeah, we are. But the biggest thing is here, for at least KP's standpoint, Prime's at the 20 instead of around the 35 that he was at before. So 15-yard difference.
Hey, did AJ do his prop bets? I didn't see the link. That would have been a good one.
That would have been a good one.
Yeah,
I don't remember seeing the leak either.
Huh. Well, the government's shut down. Maybe the prop bets are shut down too. You never know.
He, he
Yeah.
is a perfect soul.
Yeah,
So that
he
makes
is.
sense that he would wait for the government to be back up and running for
Yeah.
him to do his prop bets.
Yeah, absolutely. Has a little short gain by Gibbs there, but I don't think Prime was looking for the home run. Keep the clock moving, so if you screw this up, KP doesn't have a drive. But we got trips to the right. Milton in the shotgun. He makes a check. We're down to under 5, but that was probably planned. I don't see a whole lot open except for Gibbs. He throws it a little late, and it's right at his back heel and incomplete.
2 bad throws by Joe Milton here. Very surprising to see, but Joe Milton can be a tad erratic at times. And there he was. Not to say he would get a big gain, but now he's got a 3rd and 9. And Matt, crazy to think about this. If KP could somehow get off the field, he's actually in really good shape.
Oh, yeah. All 3 timeouts. He's going to have forever because Prime's going to throw this ball. So, yeah, this is a big play for both teams here as we got motion on Tesla. And it's Milton. He's got Amon-Ra. He throws it maybe a little late, but he dropped it. He dropped it. 4th and 9. He's got a punt.
Uncharacteristic drop for Amon-Ra St. Brown. And KP has just pulled one out of the hat here to flip this game upside down. Matt, he could take the lead before half.
Yeah, Prime's just got to be kicking himself because he was right where he wanted to be. The old 2-for-1, the get the ball back, I'm up. And now he has a chance to be losing or at worst or at best tied going into the halftime here.
Yeah, absolutely. And it goes without saying that the worst thing to happen to Prime was maybe scoring that quick touchdown before half because the momentum has flipped so upside down since then.
Absolutely. Here's an interesting play. He's in empty, but it looks like JT would motion for a run. Did he check out of it? He did. He's got a bunch of verticals on the field, and he's dropping back. He's got a guy not open. That might be picked. We'll see what happens. It is a pick by Terry and Arnold, and KP just gives it right back to him.
Scratching my head at that one. That was going nowhere there. Sometimes it's good just to throw it away or, heck, even take the sack. And he just gives Prime a gift here before half. And I would not be surprised with Prime getting the ball back, knowing with how crazy it is. Maybe he does a run or two just to see how many yards he gets.
Yeah, run or a screen pass, something conservative just to see what you get here. Milton in the shotgun. He makes a check. He's throwing this ball, and it's a zig. He's got the zig. He's got the quick check down to Gibbs, which is almost impossible to stop. Short gain of 4.
Not surprising there, just to see what he can get. Tons of time left still. 3 timeouts, 20 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, in this Madden, you can hurry up and it doesn't even punish you. So he decides to do that instead of call a timeout. He gives it to Gibbs. That was probably a see what I can get. It ain't much. And no timeout from either side. Prime runs the hurry up. We're back where we started out of the shotgun here. He makes a check to the left. He is going to snap the ball. He's got the tight end. He doesn't want it. He wants the big shot, and that was dangerous.
Very, very dangerous there. KP was definitely baiting him to try to go to Jameson Williams there. And unfortunately for Prime, it's just incomplete. No crazy luck for KP before the half. And at halftime here, Matt, I got to say, we got a ball game on our hands.
Yeah, I think Prime's probably disappointed that it's not better, but also happy that he did manage to salvage that 3-point lead as the peanut gallery says, hey, Matt, a swing pass. Okay, yeah, at the end of the half with 15 seconds left. These guys, that's why they're not playing and why they can't beat Prime. Guess who did beat Prime this cycle? I did. Jeez. Sorry, Raider.
Here, second half, we changed tone a little bit here. I like it, Matt. Getting a little spicy here on the broadcast.
I need a Snickers. Goodness gracious. Anyway, 17-14, Prime with the ball at his own 20. So this, if KP better be ready for this. This is the play action bomb to Jameson Williams. Unless he checks out of it. The safety's creeping back. Nope, he is just going to hand it off, this time to Montgomery, who is in the game for who knows why.
He's in the game, I think, to give Gibbs just a little bit of a blow. Sometimes they could lose a bar around the halftime. So he wants Gibbs to be full and ready for that fourth quarter because Prime is going to ride or die with him. KP, if he could somehow get off the field and not throw a pick right away, he's got a dang good shot at this one. Even holding Prime to a field goal here is a huge win.
Nice of KP's coach to dress up for the Super Bowl. No sleeves. As trips to the left here, we've got is Gibbs hurt? Did maybe the chat can help us out? Did you guys see something that maybe we missed there at the end? As Milton is back, he's got the return route, and Amon-Ra breaks the tackle, and he's going to get a first down. Oh, what a tough break for KP.
Yeah, got him on that little return route there, and KP's all over it with his defense. Does not matter the power of the slot man. St. Brown gets a first down, 1st and 10 for Prime, and he's cooking again.
It's actually a bad read by Prime. I think that was predetermined. He was throwing that ball no matter what. He got a little lucky there that Amon-Ra made the play, and then some. As another check by Milton. This time it's a handoff to Montgomery. Not as explosive as Gibbs, but does get a little speed boost because that's how the game works. And it's 2nd and inches.
It's the speed boost there. Basically, you run or, I guess, tag your lineman a little bit there that could propel and jet forward your running back. So Montgomery looks like Jahmyr Gibbs for a short while there. Prime in good shape here at 2nd and inches.
And I-Forbes slot here. This is a in previous Maddens you had to really think about the RPO. I don't know if Prime runs a lot of them this cycle, but it's Montgomery again. Gibbs must be hurt. We're trying to get word from our on-field reporter Fig, but he's still at the concession stand, so we're trying to get him back to work here.
It doesn't matter because Montgomery gets another speed boost by hitting a lineman there for an easy first down.
Yeah, Fig says beer line is really, really long, but he's going to try and get us info on Gibbs. So stay tuned here. Is Montgomery again in the backfield, but it doesn't really seem to matter. Like you mentioned, gain of 6 up to the 39 of the Colts.
It doesn't matter too much when you got a great offensive line that Prime does as well. They're just creating nice holes, and like we talked about, the speed boost and just the weird quirks of the game that can happen. The big play, though, has not really been the run. It has been that Amon-Ra St. Brown breaking tackles here. So let's see what KP could do on defense.
Yeah, Wood says he thinks Prime has the substitution when Gibbs is yellow. I agree that he does, but not for this long. It's the Super Bowl. See, Woods drives me nuts. Montgomery off the right-hand side, not successful this time. Big stop, 3rd and 6.
Yeah, runs away from the open hole, actually. I thought he had a lane there because KP's defender, I don't know if his user or not, kind of ran into the scrum. So he had a hole, but he ran away from it. 3rd and 6. I think, Matt, he's probably thinking St. Brown with some type of play to get open.
Yep, and if I'm KP, I'm thinking zig here on the left-hand side to St. Brown. But watch the comebacks. Watch the deep comebacks on both sides. And he probably will look at Williams. It is the zig. He doesn't want it. He throws it to who is that? He throws it to number 33 on a swing pass that I'm sure I'll hear about. Big first down.
Yeah, I think his last name is Varl. I'll be honest, I don't know much about him because that's his 3rd string running back, but nonetheless gets the job done for a nice first down here for Prime, and the clock is ticking here in the 2nd half.
Yeah, I actually had to flip the roster page over that the teams give us to find that guy. Still don't know his name. Montgomery up the middle, and oh boy, there's a big tackler. I thought that was Buckner for a second. He just was playing like him. Big stop.
His name is actually Sion Vaki, and he's 25 years old. He is 89 speed, and he's someone that only Prime would ever use in the Super Bowl.
I have a feeling Prime just now found out, like the rest of us, that guy is on the roster. So Gibbs is definitely injured. Montgomery is back, though. We've got trips to the right. Drink every time I say trips, and you guys would be just on your faces. KP, and it's another swing pass to Montgomery, this time going nowhere.
Yeah, going nowhere there. And Prime had the little hook route across the middle there that he could have got probably 7 or 8 yards. So once again, we're in a situation where Prime has a long 3rd down. KP's got an opportunity to gain control of this game if he could get a stop. This is a huge play nonetheless.
It looks like an out route, not a swing pass. It looked like a swing pass in action, so maybe he audibled, but it looked like an out. I noticed KP's doing stunts on every 3rd down. He does them really fast. Not his first rodeo. He's on the flat corner out there, dangerous with JMO. Prime sees it. He's trying to bait him into the cover 2 beater. He throws it to Gibbs, and he cannot break that tackle. And it's 4th and 4. He's going to kick this.
KP did it. He was successful. He was able to stop Prime when it mattered to keep this a ball game, and good for entertainment there. And I will say, too, that stunt you mentioned, he did have a stunt coming down the middle, and Prime had to get rid of the ball. He probably saw that at the corner of his eye. So that was a good job by KP to call that stunt.
Yeah, absolutely. And he was ready for it. Like I said, when you play Prime, whatever side his running back is on, cover the other side of the field because that's generally where the running back's going to go. And he did a good job there. Dan asked, what is up with Gibbs? Now he is back. I totally agree. We will ask Prime after the game, as both guys will jump in the booth with us. We'll ask him about that because I don't know, Raider. Any ideas?
Gibbs, I think he's just trying to make sure he's green, green, green for the fourth quarter. I really just think it's resting there. That's the only thing I could think of. And I don't know how stamina works in the Super Bowl because I haven't been there, but that's the only thing I could think of.
Yeah, I know wear and tear can make you lose speed, but he's got enough to lose over Montgomery or whoever that other guy is. As a stretch to the left here out of the trips formation by Jonathan Taylor, and it's a gain of 5.
Good run there for KP to stabilize. If those forget, he threw a pick before half that actually gave momentum back to Prime here. So he's probably just trying to calm down a little bit, get some yards here. He wants to get in the end zone to try and take a lead here late in the game.
Yeah, and again, something I didn't notice. We're under 2 minutes, so this is KP's first possession of the second half. So Jonathan Taylor doesn't get very far there as the Lions defense collapses. 3rd and 4.
Got to pick this up here. He has to. If he doesn't pick this up, it might be close to game over. He would be on pretty much life support, I think. He has to pick up this first down and get points on this drive.
Yeah, he's definitely losing time of possession. Now, some of that's the kick return touchdown, but Prime's just getting first downs, matriculating the ball down the field. This looks like red zone scissors, I believe. And it is. He's got the halfback. Can he hold on to it? He does. What a catch by Jonathan Taylor. 1st and 10 Colts.
That's the difference this Madden here. Really, you're going to have some tight throws from time to time. Which team hangs onto the ball and which team doesn't? Taylor hangs onto the ball like St. Brown should, and St. Brown hangs onto the ball like Taylor should and earlier in the game. So that's just how it works sometimes.
And I know he's got Jowers on the block, but I think the 97 throw power helped get that ball there fast enough because any slower, I think that ball probably gets knocked out. As a great job by Jack Campbell there to stuff the run up the middle. We're probably going to end the third quarter here, Raider. 20-14, Lions over the Colts.
Yeah, that's a great game here so far. And KP is fighting for all he's got. Lions and Prime is fighting for all he's got too. And situationally, that's what it's really going to come down to here. If KP could somehow get into the end zone, can Prime do it again, where he has one of those long, methodical drives to ice the game? We have a lot to see here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, let's think ahead a little bit. If you're KP, if the rules allow you to go for it on a 4th down that is a reasonable distance, you just automatically going for it, or do you feel like getting 3 here is okay?
It depends on how much time and where we're at, but I would definitely consider going for it just because of how explosive Prime's game is. I mean,
I would agree. What a play. That was a little disrespectful to Prime's user, but he threw it right behind him. A little over pursued by Prime and a gain of 7.
It's a couple times he's thrown at his user. One time it did not work out at all, but he gets a 3rd and 3, and now we're in that situation where we're getting close, Matt, where, KP's going to have some decisions to make if he gets a 4th down.
Yeah, Dan says everyone goes for it. Not so fast, my friend. But I do agree in this situation, KP is going to be aggressive, especially with how much Prime's offense has just killed the clock. As we got trips to the left, and we got a couple of slants here. Which ones he want? He's got triangle, he's got square, but Prime takes it away. He's going to throw it anyway, and it's caught by Stanton. I think it was Stanton. What a play. What patience.
That was patience at its finest right there. I would have freaked out and probably thrown it away or tried to run or something like that, but he hangs in there, throws it to his tight end. Great play by KP here, and now he's in business to score a touchdown.
Yeah, Jowers is only 75 speed, so I'm sure he's thinking, I'm going to run, but last resort. As he's in the pistol spread, JT's got a hole, but it's filled by Jack Campbell, who's made a couple of big plays on this drive.
Yeah, he's made some good plays there. And Prime is at the point where if he could just keep him out of the end zone, he's going to feel very, very good. KP's at the standpoint, especially with the amount of time on the clock, like, I have to get in the end zone. Have to. Must.
Yeah, he's in that same formation here. Pistol spread, no running back to block. Prime's got a shed on the defensive tackle, but it's too late. Josh Downs, end zone. We are tied.
Wow, great play there by KP. Gets the crosser right across the middle. No one there, no one home. Touchdown Colts. Ball game here in Atlanta. I can't wait to see what happens here. Does Prime have one of those signature drives? We've seen it before, Matt, where he has about 5 minutes, 4 minutes left on the clock and just runs it down, and he's the last one to have the ball. Can he do it again?
Yeah, I was just about to say that KP's got to be mindful of that clock because he can only go up by one, and you give it to Prime, and he just needs to get a field goal. He'll find a way to kick it with time expiring. I think he did a good job. 5.5 minutes is a lot of time to kill, especially when you got the 2-minute warning, the 3 timeouts for the Colts. So we'll see what Prime does here. I'm sure he would love to trick it all the way down, but I don't think he can.
Yeah, for 99% of people, they can't. But Prime's in the 1%. He certainly can if he does it right.
Trips left, three down linemen, and it's worked for KP so far, but not this time. Gibbs, shifty. If he would have beat that guy, he would have scored a touchdown. Big tackle, but a big gain. First down, Lions.
Yeah, Jahmyr Gibbs is back and feeling really good. And Prime knows, since he benched him for the entire third quarter, about that he's going to get a fresh Jahmyr Gibbs that's going to be able to zig, zag, and get first downs.
I form close. I don't know if Prime's going to do the kill shot play here, but I always get worried about it. He hands the ball off to Gibbs. Big hole. If he can, he didn't do it. He didn't spin or anything, as we have another injury. Is it DeForest Buckner again?
I could not tell and see who it was. Maybe the chat picked it up. If it's Buckner, that's not good, because Prime's in the zone of, I'm just going to give it to Gibbs. That's his ride or die right now, and he's in I form again, Matt.
Fig just is back from the beer line. He said Gibbs is back in the game. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate that. Really love that analysis on the sideline there. As this time it's Montgomery, though, and he gets a yard.
It's Gibbs. Gibbs is hurt.
Oh, it is Gibbs. Well, now Fig's got to go talk to him again.
Wow, that's game changing there. Even though Gibbs can come back in the game, will he be as effective as he was before?
Yeah, when they're injured like that, do they also take attribute hits on that as well? Or I don't know.
They can. Yeah, they're just not as good, and they're fixed injury.
Oh boy, he went for the strip. I thought he was going to give up a touchdown because of it, which probably wouldn't have been a bad thing. But is that Williams' first catch of the game?
First catch of the game for Jameson Williams. First time he's been targeted. Almost breaks it. But honestly, this is not shaping up terribly for KP. He's going to have plenty of time no matter what to try and answer whatever Prime does here.
Yeah, Soda says they would fumble a lot more too. That's a really good point. Can't have that right now. As a nice block there, but he runs right into the defensive tackle. And Montgomery a little bit slow to get up. We might see what's his face again.
Yeah, and look at that. KP sells out there to stop the run, almost like he knew that Prime is trying to milk some clock here. But to be realistic here, Prime's probably in the zone. I got to score a touchdown. A field goal might not do it. He could lose the game if he kicks a field goal.
Prime has been very vocal about the length of the kicks that you can make now. There's no way he's settling for 3 here. And he, like Dan said, he can't milk the clock. He's got a zig on the right. He throws it. It's in traffic. It's caught, but he doesn't go anywhere. 3rd and 8.
AP once again selling out with an all-out blitz and gets rewarded 2 plays in a row. Let's see what he does here at 3rd and 8. But this is the time, Matt, where Prime has to be thinking, what's my best play here? I got to run it.
Yeah, I like selling out because you either make something happen like he has, or you give up a score and you get the ball. As we've got trips to the right, Gibbs is back in the game. Fig is still looking for him. He's on the field, Fig. Making a check to the right. This might be the comeback route. Watch the comeback. Nope, it's covered. He was looking for it. Milton scrambling, improvising, throws it away.
Oh, man, and he had that vertical across the middle, I believe, especially with Joe Milton's throw power. I would have to look back at that, but he just bails and runs. I don't know what the pass rush was looking at there, but I think he had the touchdown. I really do, and he passed it up and is giving KP the ball back with tons of time, and a field goal could win it.
Yeah, I think he was looking at the comeback. He had the deep comeback to Williams on the left. I'm sure that was his first read. It was covered, and I wonder if at that point he panicked and it was too late. Might have to ask Prime at the end of the game, no matter what happens here. Here's that same kickoff to Gold. Now, if you're just tuning in, he took this one left into the house. He's running hip and hip with his friend. He gets out of bounds at the 24-yard line. 2:38 remaining in Super Bowl 76.
Wow, we got a classic here coming down to the wire. And opposite strategies here for KP. He's left Taylor in the whole game, and he is yellow, so he might not be as effective as Gibbs was there on that final drive.
And Prime is just kicking himself because, like we brought up before, and like it's been brought up in chat, he doesn't need to get very many yards to kick a field goal this Madden.
Yeah, you could get to the 50.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Prime will definitely go for the block, which he's very good at, especially in clutch moments. JT, what a cutback by KP. That is some ball carrier vision that you would expect to see in a Super Bowl. 1st and 10, Colts.
Prime might need a turnover here, or stop here. He's got to stop him within the next 15 yards. KP is in no hurry to get off the field here. Block field goal, I guess, is in play too, but KP's trying to milk as much clock as he can and get into field goal range. Prime, I know he's talked about it before, Matt. Does he just go into just selling out and trying to bait KP to touchdown? Like, I don't really know. This is a bad spot for Prime.
It is a really, really bad spot for Prime. I guess you could zero blitz and hope maybe you get one, but KP's too smart. He will go down, and he's just going to run the ball here even. I don't know what you do as Prime, and he's probably trying to think about that himself as Taylor takes a shoulder check, 2nd and 7. And you got to be careful. You mentioned he's yellow. These big hits could cause a fumble.
Yeah, I think he's thinking turnover. I think he's going to try and jump a route or something to create some chaos here and win the game. I think KP could naturally get the first downs if he wants them.
KP going to put it in the air. We've got trips to the left. And Dan is on Campbell. He's got the text ready. Throws it right down the middle, and Prime's going to let him score. KP wisely goes down. What a play.
Manipulation again. He manipulated Prime, knowing he's going to jump the Texas route there, brings the streak. That was absolutely incredible, and that could win KP the Super Bowl.
Absolutely, and what a throw by Jowers he got pancaked on that throw and threw an absolute strike as JT goes nowhere. That's an injury timeout. Oh, but it's on the Lions. I was going to say, could have been a big break for the Lions.
Yeah, Prime still will have a little bit of time, it looks like, here to make some magic happen. And so this game isn't over yet, but I just can't get over with the manipulation there by KP on Prime across the middle there. That was absolutely next level. Needs to be clipped in all ways. That is high level Madden at its finest.
Yeah, he's been able to get the middle of the field on Prime. We've seen it at least 3 times that I can count. But here, KP's in a tricky situation because he can't kill this clock. And if he kicks a field goal, Prime's got enough time to only go a couple of yards to get one. So crazy stuff here in Atlanta as another big hit on JT, but he holds on, and the Lions burn their last time out.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Did KP let up a little too quickly? Like, it would have been nice probably for him if he was closer to the end zone at this point, because Prime's going to have a good 40 seconds, maybe 30-ish seconds to get into field goal range, and that's not difficult with how kickoffs are.
Yeah, and there were 2 pass plays. I bet he picked the draw. Draws are pretty popular. Yep, he did. Is he going to check out of this into a pass?
I think he passes.
He's going to pass. I think he has to. I do think he has to. And he's back. He throws a quick out route to the tight end. Is he going to get out of? Is he out of bounds? Nope. The ref does signal that the clock will run, but he's got to kick this field goal.
Wow. And now Prime, where we thought he might have been dead, is still alive, and you can't keep the champ alive. And undoubtedly, Prime's also going to he might not even try to block this in case there's a roughing. So we'll see what happens. But Prime's in good shape again.
He's going to try and block this. I don't have any doubt in my mind. And that's the thing is this Madden, it's going to be an eternity because you can, even if it's a catch in bounds, he can hurry up and not burn as much clock as it used to.
Yeah.
KP might call timeout here.
He kick it. And Prime has Jake Bates as a kicker, who's got one of the highest kick powers in the game. Realistically, Prime, if he gets to his own 45-yard line, he might just take a crack and kick it.
Yeah, that recent patch, because one guy kicked a long field goal, made it possible to kick 70-some yarders. So here we go. Wind in his face, but it shouldn't be a factor from this distance. It's up. There's no block. It's good. There's no flag on the field. 24-23. The Indianapolis Colts lead the 19-0 Detroit Lions with 40 seconds to go in Super Bowl 76.
This game might come down to special teams, Matt. He's got to try and pin Prime deep. If Prime could get around the 35-yard line, he's in great shape.
Prime has a chance to return here. Carnegie's going to take it. He's at the 15, he's at the 20. He's got a blocker, but he decides not to use the blocker. Gets out of bounds, maybe avoiding the fumble. 23-yard line, 36 seconds left.
Fantastic job by KP there to bury Prime here. Tons of time left on the clock. I think Prime needs about 35 yards, and he'll feel really good about his chances to win the Super Bowl. Let's see what KP can do on defense.
Yeah, Prime's the GOAT, but man, buckle up in chat if he completes this drive with no timeouts to go 20-0. Trips to the right. He's got Laporta on the little drag. He takes it to Gibbs. He's got to get out of bounds. Gibbs has the speed to outrun all three of those defenders. Short gain, but out of bounds.
Perfect play for Prime there. Tons of time left on the clock. As long as he gets out of bounds, gets 5, 6, 7, 8 yards pop here, he's going to have a chance to kick and win this game, Matt.
Yep, and again, Gibbs ran an out route to the opposite side that he was lined up. KP really did play good defense. A gain of 7 doesn't break his heart, but his palms are sweaty. You know it. And Milton drops back to pass. He throws a little swing to Gibbs. He had the out route to Laporta. Got a little happy feet, 3rd and 5.
Yeah, I had a little happy feet. I think he was scared that there was a defender close enough to Laporta where they could tackle him in bounds. Someone in chat mentioned legacy drive. Prime doesn't need a legacy drive. He's got a ton of a legacy defensive drive for KP. That's what this is about.
Yep, the SML has not seen a 20-0 like this. This could be the defining moment of both of these guys' careers here, as Prime really just needs that. He throws a dot to it, but it's out of bounds thanks to guess who? DeForest Buckner.
Buckner's been playing through the injuries. He has a bruised forearm, strained quadricep. He is just playing through it. He's giving it all out on the line here. We got 23 seconds left, 4th and 5. The anticipation, the nervousness these guys must be feeling, it has to be through the roof right now.
Yeah, this is the Super Bowl. If he gets a stop, this game is over. Watch the zig route, watch the angle route. Prime's going to have it all on the field. He's going to give himself a lot of options. There's the check. I would be shocked if Amon-Ra is not on a zig here. Gets the snap. Amon-Ra is on the zig, but it's covered. He's got nothing. It's in the air, and there is a flag, but I think it's on the Lions. I think the Super Bowl's over. Let's see what the ref has to say. It's holding on Sewell. That is the ball game. The Indianapolis Colts have done the unthinkable. What 19 other men have been unable to do, he has beat the Lions.
KP rises up above all challenges, provides maybe the best defensive drive we've seen here in the SML. He is a champion and beats 19-0 primetime 000.
Wow. I am going to drop Raider Fran from the call, and I'm going to call him back with our 2 contestants, at least one of them, and we will be right back. All right, we are just waiting for a couple of... Looks like we got everybody in here. Can everybody hear us?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
We got Prime, we got KP. Oh, my goodness, what a game. We might have to take a little bit of a deep breath here before we get started. But, oh boy, we'll start with... we always start with the person who lost the game, and we do appreciate Prime for being in here. It's certainly not easy. But, Prime, just real quick, before we get to the questions, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, it was a good game. I feel I didn't play my best, and ultimately KP played a little bit better, and he deserved the win. I mean, it's unfortunate I got so close to what my goal was, and I didn't quite get there, which that's how it goes sometimes.
Yeah, what a fantastic game. Raider, I'm going to let you start asking Prime any questions that you have for him.
Yeah, Prime, I there was a couple plays there. I know you'll probably watch the tape back where it looks like you got a little bit of happy feet. Were you feeling the pressure a little bit from DeForest Buckner, especially late there? Like, what was your line of thinking there with trying to throw the quick passes?
Yeah, I think I was just nervous. There's a couple throws, especially I think it was the first drive of the second half where I threw like quick drags or quick flats, and then I think I had the comeback or the out route, and I was just rushing it, and I felt like I was in control in the first half a little bit, and then he hit the kickoff, and then I feel like I never quite recovered from that, and if I could do it over again, I would just settle down, hit the comeback, hit the second level throws, but I started feeling like I was rushing myself a little bit, which is probably what you guys seen.
Yeah, Prime, the chat's saying they can't hear you. I can hear you. You're just a little low. But I'll give you my next question here. The chat and myself and Raider were all wondering, there was about, I don't know, 10 or 12 plays where it was Montgomery and then some other guy, and Gibbs was on the sideline. Was he injured and we missed it, or did you check him out of the game?
The game checked him out. He was tired. Like it was like for some reason after the first quarter he got really tired. I'm not sure why it is, but that's what happened. And then wanted me to put him back in, so I wanted to get him his breath back so he didn't get hurt or fumble. So then I put him back in the fourth quarter.
All right, sorry, I had to mute KP as CB radio was going off or something. Raider, did you have another question for Prime?
Yeah, I guess, and I hate asking it, but so close to 20-0. What's your raw reaction right now?
It sucks, but it actually doesn't suck as bad as I thought it would. I would rather lose a game to a guy who I feel like I can lose to in a game where I feel like I left plays out on the field, and that's how I lost. I struggle to handle defeat when I feel like I couldn't have done anything different, and today I feel like I could have been better. So ultimately, KP is a great player, but I also think I could have done a little bit better. So all the credit to him. He did good. He stayed in there. He got down 2 scores in the first half and never gave up. But it sucks, but not as bad as I thought. And also, the way I lost isn't a reason for me to be triggered, I guess.
Yeah, great job. Appreciate you being gracious in defeat, Prime. I got one last question, and we'll let you get out of here because unfortunately, you also now have to take care of commissioner duties. It's just the lay of the land for you. But the play on the drive where you had to settle for the field goal, you had to come back to Jamison Williams, which I thought was probably your first read, and it looked like you kind of panicked. You went outside. You had the middle wide open for a touchdown. Kind of walk me through that play and just kind of how that broke down.
Was it a third down?
Yes.
And I think I ran the 4th and 16 play on it. Yeah, I just panicked. I mean, I don't really have a good reason to, other than I just locked up and I panicked and I didn't play my best.
All right. Well, did you think you lost the game when you had to settle for 3 there?
Well, I thought I did after he hit that 50-yard pass, and then I was like, oh man, I got hope. And then I hit the comeback, and then his feet were out, and I had the running back on the little curl route, and it got intercepted because whatever happened, I got hit, I think. But I'm kind of glad that last play ended up an interception, because if I got the first there, they were going to call a holding penalty anyway, it looked like. So no matter what, I was kind of cooked there. But hats off to KP, man. He played well enough to win, and I'm not going to take anything away from him.
Yeah, that was an absolutely incredible Super Bowl. Prime, we'll let you get out of here. We'll turn things to our champion, the man who did what 19 others could not do, and that is defeat Prime in season 76. KP, how do you feel?
Feels good. I came into the game just wanting to make it entertaining, and after the win streak that he had run off, it was just don't embarrass yourself. If you keep it tight, you should be have a chance later in the game.
Yeah, you certainly made it exciting and entertaining, and there's no doubt about that. We had an audience that was enthralled the whole time. Raider, what do you got for our champ?
Yeah, I got a couple questions, but my first one there is the kick return. That really kept you in that game. What was your process there to run across the field and somehow get in the end zone? What was that like?
So on that play, I usually try to guess which side my opponent's kicking to, left or right. And on that one, I accidentally picked middle. And as the kick was coming, I was like, should I return it? Should I not do it? Because I've been trying to pull my guy off on some of the kick returns if I don't pick the right way, just because I fumbled and didn't want to have that happen. But that was, it was just dumb luck. Sometimes that's what you need.
Yeah, and another question kind of before half there, because that was a crazy sequence. You got the ball back then, down only 3 with a chance to take the lead before half, and then you threw a pick to Prime there just on a streak route. What did you see there? I was puzzled by that one a little bit.
Yeah, it was one of those plays that I was hoping I saw something pre-play. I was hoping Josh Downs would be able to outrun him. And my 97 throw power quarterback with lofting dead eye was going to be able to just put it to where he could run to it and didn't happen. And when I saw that his defensive back didn't even go for a bump, I knew I shouldn't have thrown it, but it is what it is.
I hear you. Then one last question for me, Matt, and then I'll give the mic back to you. But we have a new nickname for you. You're the manipulator. You manipulated Prime's user. Maybe you did this on purpose. Maybe you did it quite a few times. Where, especially even late in the game, where you had a Texas route, but then actually went to the streak. That was just a masterclass there, and had us in the booth in awe. Was that all planned, or were you kind of just going to second, third reads to make that happen?
On that one specifically, I put him on the streak because it looked like the middle was pretty open, and I was guessing that was going to be Prime's responsibility, and that he was going to come down on the Texas route, and he did, and I was fortunate for that. And then there was another one, slot cross. I think it's the play that I think it was against Stavo. Prime ran that same play and threw to that post flag route, and got the first down to end up helping him beat Stavo. And he went and covered that, which left the slot cross wide open. I think it was in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Well, congrats.
Yeah, that was my question, was your ability to attack the middle of the field on Prime. You had a lot of it. You had a play to Adonai Mitchell early over the middle. You really attacked that. That was my question. So I'm going to hit you with one question, then we'll give you the final word and get us out of here. But I don't know what your game plan was. You started out playing like me, running up the middle, short little passes, and it didn't work. And then all of a sudden you turned into a gunslinger. Was this your plan all along, or did you have to pivot with the flow of the game?
At my heart and soul, I'm a gunslinger, but I had been running really well this playoffs, but I know Prime had been stopping it basically all season, stopping the run pretty well. And I felt like when I was coming out in pretty predictable run formations, he was loading the box, and I was having success in previous games when people were doing that, but I was gaining like 2-3 yards. And after that, I was like, okay, well, let's try to spread them out, let it fly.
Well, you did a great job. It's one of the most impressive playoff runs in history, with beating KP or QP, beating the chair, beating Dan, and then beating Prime, the 19-0 undefeated Prime. Any last words that you have before we take off?
I mean, hats off to Prime. He played a great game. There were some of my plays that he sniffed out really well. There was one that he should have gotten an interception on a drag route. And that potentially would have been returned for 6. And so, I mean, I've said it before, sometimes it's better to be lucky than to be good. And I felt that a little bit this game.
No, I think you were good this game. I think you played really well. It was an impressive game to watch. You both played really well. Nothing weird, fluky happened. You both played well. One guy just ran out of time. So that's it for me, for Raider, for Prime, for KP. Season 70 or Super Bowl 76 has concluded. Congratulations, and now we'll turn the page to Season 77. See you later.